Well, good morning, Ren. How are you doing today?
I am just wonderful. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Guys, folks, before we get started, this is Ren, aka Lauren. We're going to talk about how she got that name as we go. I know, but you don't know yet. But you got to stay tuned and listen to the interview to find out where we how she came up with Ren, which is that's a cool name, and all that good stuff. So, Ren, I saw your video. The first video I saw was how I was born. I just happened to be flipping through because I love travel. I'm a travel vlogger. I go to Germany a lot, obviously. Look at my office. And I love vlogging. I love vlog style travel,
Mhm.
and I love people. And I watched that video. I was like, man, this person's cool. She's really cool. I got to get to know her, and then I immediately I'm like, I sent you an IG message,
Mhm.
and to come up here for an interview. But
Mhm.
tell us how did you get started in YouTube?
All good questions. Yeah, so similar to you, travel is a big thing. Well, first, thank you for having me on today.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's a
You're welcome.
pleasure. But yeah, so similar to you, I mean, travel has been something that's been in my life for a while now. When I was in high school, which a lot of people think I look very young, it was a while ago, guys. Um, in high school, I had a class trip that I got to go to Costa Rica. And it was like an adventure challenge trip. We did like volunteer stuff. And then we also got to do like, all the fun, crazy stuff like zip lining and horseback riding. And I was like, it'd be so cool to like capture this. Like pictures are great, but like, videos are even cooler.
All right.
And so, yeah, it all started there. I had so much footage from that trip, just, with my friends goofing off. Um, Obviously, all the fun adventure stuff. I just had a GoPro I took with me. And I was like, okay, now what do I do with this footage? And I started learning how to edit videos, and it just became like a fun pastime. And then I really got the travel bug then in high school, and I was like, I need to see more of this world. So that's where it all started.
Well, you're definitely doing it. You're definitely living up to your name, living large. We're gonna talk about that as we go here. I watched your Copenhagen video,
Mhm.
and wow, you are an awesome vlogger. I mean, if you and I were vlogging together, we would have so much fun. I mean,
Thank you.
I just know we would. It's like,
Yeah.
man, this she's awesome. But now in that video, you arrived. Oh, first of all, I like how it opened. You know, I got the itch. I'm like, got the itch, and then all of a sudden, boom, you popped in. That's cool. How'd you come up with that idea?
I have been trying to get more creative. I've been taking YouTube more seriously within the past like year or two. And I realized that I was having trouble like locking viewers in right at the get go. So I was like, how can I do that? And I was watching other vloggers and trying to figure out like, what keeps me engaged with the video. And it's these kind of like cinematic shots and stuff. So I was like, okay, I just need to challenge myself to have something that's a little bit more like cinematic maybe, or telling more of a story. So I've been kind of working on that. And that's, I don't know, that idea I had like before this trip was even planned, was like itching to use my passport because it's been a while since I traveled internationally. I was like, what is something I can do that, kind of does that, like hooks the viewer, but also like tells a story of like where we're going, what we're doing. So yeah, I was like, I need to get creative here. And that's what I came up with.
That was awesome. I was like,
Thank you.
that's pretty cool. You're sitting there
Yeah.
itching and you're starting going like this. I'm like,
Yeah,
what are you
it's a
doing?
serious problem. I need to use my passport. Yeah.
Right. You actually gave me an idea. I was like, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought of something else. So
Cool.
thank you, Ren.
Of course.
So now we're going to go back and forth a little bit,
Mhm.
and maybe I should have asked this question first, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't
It
matter,
doesn't
right?
matter.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter
There
to
you
me.
go.
All right. So tell us about yourself. Where are you from? What do you do? And what's your favorite ice cream?
Ooh. Okay, that one's the easiest question to answer. Favorite ice cream? Anything chocolate with chocolate toppings. I'm like, give me chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. Right. It's the best. It's just so flavorful. Okay, so I am originally from the suburbs of Chicago, born and raised. So I grew up going into the city. Um, and then travel bug, there's so much of this world I want to see. I feel like maybe Chicago could be my forever place because there's, all my friends and family, but
Sure.
I also have friends that have moved all over the country, out of the country. So right now I am living in Washington, D.C. temporarily.
Oh,
I actually travel with my partner. He is a travel physical therapist. And
oh,
so every few months we get to go to a new place and live there for a bit and kind of see the culture of it, the city, the area, whatever. Which I love because like I said, I just love to travel. What was the second question? Oh, what do I do? What do I do for work? Something that I take with me on the road is I actually tutor English to people who learn English as a second language. So currently I have students in Poland, in Brazil, in Ukraine,
wow.
in the US, but are still like getting better with their English.
Sure.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's rewarding.
That's fascinating. Yeah, that would be to help somebody, learn the language. I mean,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Yes. And it's kind of funny because sometimes I feel like I'm unqualified because I don't have an English degree, but I'm a native speaker. And most of them just want to speak with a native to understand, how do you actually use this? These
Right.
rules, are these grammar rules like important when you're talking? All that kind of stuff.
They
So
want
it
the
is cool.
authentic speech, not book
Yes,
speech per se.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
that's why I want to be. Let's be authentic here. You know,
Exactly. And
exactly.
that's my whole shtick too with vlogging. I want to show like the real side of it. Like it's not always easy going. Like traveling gets crazy. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now, you met up with your friends in Copenhagen uh,
Mhm.
when you first got there. Are those people you grew up with, or
So that was actually my sister and her boyfriend.
oh, sister? Okay, I didn't catch
Yes.
that.
Yes. I know. I don't know if I explained that ever in the vlog. Someone actually commented asking like, who are these people? So I think
Right.
I should noted for next time, kind of explain who my people are. So yes, I did grow up with her.
There you go.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, in your how I was born video, you show like clips of you and your sister making videos. You
Mhm.
know, like you were look like you were in your bedroom or something. You're crawling in
Mhm.
on the floor and doing some other stuff and everything. So that's when it started because you
Mhm.
what I see,
Mhm.
like filming and pictures and stuff like that. So what did you what would now in high school, were you a part of any like photo club or video club or anything like that?
No, not really. But like you said, my sister and I and my friends and I mean, truthfully, we kind of grew up in the time of like, oh, this laptop now has a webcam and we can use that to like be silly or make videos. And also YouTube was born around that time. I think YouTube started in like what, 2006 or 5 or 8 or somewhere
Yeah,
in
right
there.
around there.
Yeah, right in there somewhere. And we were kind of the guinea pigs, like the kids who like almost like kind of grew up with that or the ability to take these videos and whatever. And so for us at the beginning, I mean, it's always just been kind of fun, a fun way to hang out with your friends or do silly stuff with your family. And so you're right. It is kind of where that started. In high school, no, I don't think I did a lot of that. I was on the dance team and I was in French
Oh,
club.
really?
So I was very involved with high school stuff, but never with like photo or video. So that definitely kind of blossomed later in life, that part of it.
That's awesome. So dance team, like we're like for sports. We're
Yeah.
like okay.
Yeah. We did the halftime shows at the football games and all of that. And then we also did competitions.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
you can
My
see on my
son.
YouTube channel, I still do some dance stuff on the side. Different now. I do a lot of with like the music festival side of my channel. I do a lot of that now too.
Right. And see now I was looking at your channel and today I noticed two videos that I haven't seen yet. Now I've never not saw all your videos yet, but
Mhm.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Me too. Right back at you.
Right. But I see like the happiest country. I have not seen that yet, and
Mhm.
I've not seen your Ireland one too.
Mhm.
And but yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Speaking of dancing, they were reminding me now. I'm a Florida Gator. I love the
Mhm.
Florida Gators.
Yes.
Football. Go Gators, and all that stuff. And my son, he'll get embarrassed of it if I say this, but the dancers we had the Florida Gator dancers, and
Mhm.
my season tickets were right there on 13 rows up in the end
Okay.
zone, and Billy just eyed in on this one, and and she noticed. Now she must have been a freshman at the time, because for 4 years in a row, she would point out Billy and
Oh my
anyway,
gosh, I
and
love that.
he'll just sit there just.
Right? That's awesome.
It, it was great. So that's a memory. When you said that, I'm like, man,
Mhm.
that's pretty awesome.
That's so funny, but that's like the performance aspect of it, right? That's so cool that like, she caught on and like that makes it a personal experience for him too. So that's really
Right.
fun. I like
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a lot of fun there. What's
definitely.
your the biggest challenge that you ever had starting the YouTube, or did you have any challenges? Did
Mm,
you just go for it, or did you overthink? Did you think too much,
mm.
or what were there any challenges per se?
I think there still is challenges all the
Yeah,
time because
good
they've
answer.
shifted, I mean,
Good answer.
I have some questions for you too, but I think like starting was almost the easy part because I was like, oh, this will just be fun and whatever. Um, but as time went on and I wanted to take it more seriously and I wanted to like get better, I realized the things that I was producing towards the beginning were like just simply not good. I look back at old vlogs and I'm kind of like, why did I make those choices? Why did I say that? Why did I keep that in the video? Like, just like a big learning curve. And like I said, like I watch a lot of other, like I watch so much YouTube and so many travel vlogs and like vloggers and just like lifestyle. Yeah, you get it. But I started to realize, okay, I need to watch to learn, not just for entertainment, because like I was not making quality content. And sometimes I still like, second guess myself or doubt myself. And sometimes y'all receive like comments that are like, oh, I don't know why you even thought to make this video. And it's kind of
Yeah.
like, disheartening. Have you ever had like people,
Yeah, every once in a while you get somebody. I don't know. They get their kicks off of trying to make someone feel bad, and
right?
it's not going to work with this guy.
Yeah,
You
no,
know, yeah,
you're so right. You're so
you
right.
know, because I'm having fun. I don't care what you
Uh-huh.
say.
Right.
I'm here having fun, put myself out there.
Hmm.
And if you're too little, your brain's too little
Hmm.
to experience that. I don't have time for you. You know what I mean?
Right. It has no
So
space on my channel. You can go
exactly.
do whatever you're doing in a different place.
But the key word is disheartening, because we are human.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's like, but why does people have to be that way? Why can't
Mhm.
everybody just get along,
Mhm.
have fun, no
Yeah.
arguing? I'm into lifting people up. I rather lift people up
Mhm.
and put someone down. It's a lot more effort to put people down
I
than
know, it's more fun to get people, like, on like, with you in the journey, like, community is, like, the basis of everything, right? We're born into a
everything.
family, it's kinda like that, like, why not build a community instead of just, tearing one down? That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
life's too short.
It is. It is. You're so
My
right.
my first ever. We were talking about when YouTube came out and all that
Mhm.
stuff, and I think it was 2006, 2007, something like that.
Something like that.
But I don't remember the exact. But my first subscription that I ever subscribed to somebody was in 2008,
Mm.
and that was Walter's World. I don't know if you heard of Walter's World.
I don't know. I don't think so.
If you haven't, I'm going to invite you and whoever's listening to check him out. He's got
Mhm.
over 1 million subscribers,
Oh, he
and
still makes videos too?
oh yeah, he's a professor, all from your home state at the University of
Oh.
Illinois.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. So how cool is that?
Yeah,
Uh,
small world.
yeah, and his wife Jocelyn, and everything. But I never. And back in 2008, uh, to keep a long story short, but I finally made it back to Germany in 2008. It took me 19 years to get back.
Oh, wow.
And when I got married in 2007 to my beautiful wife, we're gonna have our 18th anniversary coming up in a couple weeks.
Congratulations. That's
Thank you,
awesome.
thank you. We just wanted to travel, and I said I want to go to Germany. And there's a lot more to that story, but we finally made it to Germany, and I realized how much I loved it, and I literally been back 30 times since 2008 to Germany.
Amazing.
Now we don't all go together, especially as a family, every time, because that's expensive. I go by
Expensive.
myself a lot, and my son goes with me a lot.
Mhm.
But this year we're going as a family. My wife, my kids, and a friend of ours, her daughter,
Fun.
and who wants to go. she's going to be a senior this year, and well, next year, I guess. Well, this year.
Summer break is weird.
Exactly, and she wants to study at the university in Strasbourg, France, which is around the border
Yeah.
of Germany. So we're going to go visit all that. But anyways, I loved it so much. Well, I came back home, and like I said, I heard of YouTube. I messed with it, just like whatever. Okay, this is a YouTube, and I watched Walter's World, and he had a video on Munich, Germany, and I just got back from Munich, and that was my second trip back to Germany in 2008. Because when I went in 2008, 4 months later, I was back in Germany. I was like, I gotta go back.
I loved it.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is me all over it. And so when I got back and I'm watching the video, and it says subscribe to my channel, I'm like, I don't want to subscribe to nobody. Well, I mean, how much is this going to cost me? Because you're thinking of like a magazine subscription or something like that. But I said, well, this guy's good. And then I'm like, oh, subscribe. And I'm reading. I'm like, okay, I never subscribed. Let me hit subscribe. And that was my first ever YouTube.
That's really cool.
And he has something like, he probably had, I do not remember the number. I think it was like 25,000 subscribers at the time. That was 2008. And over the years, we became friends. We know his wife, his kids. We met up a couple times.
In Germany?
Not in Germany yet.
Oh.
One of these days, we're in the States. He's been to my house. He's came to my house.
Oh, wow.
Him and his wife and kids. And Jocelyn, which is his wife, she has a channel too. Oh, and cool. These are awesome folks. You got to check out Walter's World.
I will.
She now see, I'm a Florida Gator now. She has one fault, and her fault is, I'd say this jokingly, I'm having fun with it. She's a Bulldog fan. She's a Georgia Bulldog. So when she came over to my house, I knew she was coming. It was her birthday, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy some Georgia Bulldog cupcakes.
Oh.
So I surprised her with that, and also I got her like a concrete bulldog, the red and black. Which man, I had rashes on my arms after messing with all that stuff. But it was fun, I was like, hey, welcome,
That's funny.
But anyways, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome folks. But now they have over 1 million subscribers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I mean, good for them.
Yeah, over 1 million. And she has a channel called the Walter's World Eats. And they do a lot of eating stuff like that, but they go all over. Now, see, I go to Germany, Europe, and all that stuff, but they are like, boom, all over Europe, South America, China, and he's a professor. He actually taught in China for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
And he taught in Germany. He lived in Germany and Portugal. One of their kids were born in Portugal while they were there, But anyways, I know you, especially being from Illinois. That's pretty cool. I wasn't even thinking that when I said
know
that.
It's crazy. The world just gets smaller and smaller. Like the more that you talk to people, the more that you I don't know, figure out that kind of stuff. That's so funny. That was nice of you to set aside your differences and get her the bulldogs.
Right, absolutely. It was when I went to the grocery store to order it. I made sure I wore my Gator hat. My Gator shirt on, and they're looking at me. They're looking at me like, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm fine. I'm fine. So I'm doing this for a friend of mine."
That's so funny.
Oh, it was great. It was great. You're now. Let me ask you a question. Now, you're which I have not seen yet. The Happiest Country. I can't wait to see that. I'll probably be watching that today, as well as your online one. Now, before I get to that, but let's go back to Copenhagen. I'm all over the place today.
Okay. That's always how my brain goes, so don't even worry.
Like,
yeah, we're just excited. We're happy to be here.
Exactly. I call it character building.
I love that.
It builds character, right?
It builds character.
But that Denmark video, and you were talking about, I said this wrong or something. I'm like, that's me, because I don't care. I'm going to try it. If it sounds all wonky, hey,
I tried.
It sounds wonky. So what? I had fun trying. Now get the step. But it's a lot of fun. But that video, I love the what do you call it? Not the whirlpool, the spa thing.
The hot tubs. The
hot tubs.
Yeah.
What was it, like a big like barrel?
Basically, yeah. And it's so funny because I think I mentioned in that video somewhere, I am not like the planner, even though I love to do the traveling and
right. If
I'm not going solo on a trip, I basically let the other people plan everything. So my sister found this like hot tub experience, and yeah, it's like big barrels and of like hot water and cold
Big
water.
girls of joy.
Yeah, yes, 100%. So it was really cool. Just like it's just a unique thing to do, like we might have something like that in the US. I don't really know, but it's just such a cool thing to kind of go and see, oh, this is where they hang out. This is like what they do in their free time. Like on their weekends, they get their friends together. They hang out in like hot tubs and it's part of the culture. So it was really cool.
Wow,
Or
that
warm, I guess you could say.
all right.
Yeah.
Man, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll crack
Well,
myself
they
up.
also another cool part was they offer like juices and beers and stuff that you could purchase there, or you could bring your own, and just you get like a certain amount of time, a time block to hang out there. You could be in the hot tub, in the cold plunge, in the sauna. You can kind of take your pick and you just hang out and enjoy life. So it was
That's what I
cool.
like about Europe. How dare you bring something into a facility here in the States?
Yes.
But over there it's open. Hey, bring your
Mhm.
stuff, have fun.
Yeah.
Relax.
It's a lot more laid back. I feel like it's a more simple lifestyle, maybe, if you could say that. So I love
Absolutely.
it. Do you feel that that's the same way in Germany? Like with
Yes.
those kind of like, I guess values are the same?
Yes. Yes. It really is. Now, I'm a proud American. I get out or asked all the time. Hey, are you going to get German citizenship?
I
No,
was
I'm an American. I served United States Army. But I'm
right.
also proud to love Germany. I love travel, and I
Mhm.
love meeting people and experiencing new cultures and
Mhm.
trying new things. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I don't like labels.
Right.
Forget the labels. Let's have fun.
Yes. And I
But
think oh, sorry.
that's good.
I was just going to
Uh,
say that I think
Ger-
there's a,
oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I was going to say, I think there's a lot of value in, having pride in like who you are, but also having the open mind to travel, to learn different cultures. I think there's a lot of value in allowing there to be a bridge instead of like um, I'm this and nothing else. You know what I mean? And you embody that with your love for Germany and your travel. It's
Oh
it's
man,
awesome.
thank you so much.
Mhm.
It all started because my dad was in the United States Army,
Mhm.
and he's gone now. But he passed away back in '98. I decided day go by, I don't think about him. I love my daddy,
Uh-huh.
and
You know how that goes.
oh man, so I was there as a kid, and that's when I had my first spaghetti ice. I talk about spaghetti ice all the time. That's what's in my profile picture. That's it.
Right.
You know what spaghetti ice is, right?
Mm-mm. Oh, I haven't tried it at least.
Oh, well, you got a second?
Yeah.
Hold my coffee. All right, spaghetti ice. Okay, I'm gonna give you the nickel version. Okay,
All
the nickel
right.
version. Man, I sound so old. I'm gonna give you the nickel version.
I love it.
All right. So they have okay, whip cream. Now this is interactive. I'm gonna need your help. Okay,
Okay.
will you help me?
Yeah.
Okay, they got this fresh cream straight from the cow. Can you say moo?
Moo.
All right. So they got this fresh cream and they put it in this chilled bowl or this chilled
Mhm.
plate, and they got all this fresh cream. It's so fresh, it's mooing. Can you say fresh?
Fresh.
Fresh. Oh, she didn't say fresh. She said fresh. She
It's
said fresh.
fresh.
All right. Then they take this vanilla gelato. Okay,
Mm.
fresh gelato, vanilla, the most heavenly thing that you ever had in your,
Mm.
and they put it through a press.
Mm.
It's like a potato press, and it comes out and it looks like spaghetti.
Really?
Okay,
Okay.
it's the spaghetti ice. Now, ice is a German word for ice cream. But it's EIS, not ICE.
Mm.
We think ICE, but it's EIS. All right. So
Mm.
now you got this ice cream on top of the cream, right? That fresh cream we're
Oh,
talking about. Okay. Now we're building now. We're building. Then they take fresh strawberries, say fresh strawberries.
fresh strawberries.
Fresh strawberry. They put fresh strawberries and put the same thing, and
Mhm.
all the juice comes out on top of the
Ooh.
fresh cream that's mooing, the fresh vanilla gelato that's
Mhm.
sitting there. I'm fresh, and they're just hanging out, and they put it on there, and then all right, now most people like cheese on their spaghetti, right? But
Mhm.
you don't want to put real cheese on your ice cream. That's nasty.
Right.
That's pretty nasty. They take white chocolate, and they take it and they grate it, and all
Mm,
those pieces come
a
on
little
top of everything what we're building here. Now, everybody likes garlic toast with their spaghetti, right?
worse.
Okay, so they're not going to put garlic toast on no ice cream, right? That's nasty too. But they take a vanilla wafer or a
Mm.
chocolate wafer or vice versa. You have vanilla on one side, chocolate on the other side, or
Ooh.
just a plain one, and they stick that bad boy in there. Now, there's your spaghetti ice, but we're not done yet. We're
Delicious.
almost done. This is a spoon. This is my pen. But this is a
That's funny.
spoon. Now, it's different than any kind of ice cream that you ever had. And here's why. You got everything's fresh. There are no preservatives in Germany, no high fructose corn syrup,
Mm.
all that junk. Okay. All right. All that there's nothing in there. Everything is
Fresh.
fresh. Oh, you're on it. You're on it. You're on it. Some people I'm like, fresh. Hello.
You're like, come on
You're,
now.
you're on it.
Come on.
So they take the spoon and they put it in there. And by the time you get right here, your hands start shaking. You're like, what's going on? Okay. And you put in your lip and you take a bite and and there's your spaghetti ice. And once you have your
Amazing.
spaghetti ice, especially in Deutschland and Germany, you're toast. You're done. You'll be over it.
You'll never. Oh my gosh.
That right there is spaghetti ice.
Is it a German dish? Is it German or is it from somewhere else? Like where
Well,
does
it's both
okay.
Italian and German, and
Okay.
here's why. Um, Italian immigrants came in the 50s. They went to immigrated to Mannheim, Germany.
Mhm.
All right, and growing up, this gentleman named Dario. Now, my name is Darion, Darion.
Yeah.
Dario, Dario, Fontanella. Okay, now he grew up in
Mm,
Germany, but Italian immigrants,
very.
everything. So his dad, who has an ice cream shop, saying, "Hey, you're going to take my place. This is going to be yours one day. You need to come up with come up with something fun." So he had other stuff. I think he had a hot dog one, or like a bratwurst, like one. And he went to a Italian restaurant, and they had watched the spaghetti come or the pasta come out, and he's
Mhm.
like, "Ooh, spaghetti ice!" And so on April the 6th, get that, 1969, he was 19 years old. He came up with this, and it was born, and he served it that day as well. And it's been a thing ever since.
It's
Now,
amazing.
Dario Fontanella, I got to meet this guy. I met him.
What?
Yes, I finally got to meet him. And there's
That's
a
crazy.
and what makes it so special that there's a history on that, and I'll backtrack in just a second. But actually, that's his picture on the wall right here,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
right behind me, and he's
That's
sitting there with the
crazy.
ice cream. And I got a video on it too. I got several videos of you see Dario Fontanella and me sitting there. But what happened was I went to Mannheim, and I said I'm intentional. I've been to Mannheim many times, but I'm intentional. I'm going to see if I can meet this guy. And I'm not starstruck or not like that. It'd be good if I meet him. I meet him. If not, hey, I'm eating ice cream. So I found the original shop and everything. I'm sitting there. I had the ice cream. I said, "Hey, is Hale Fontanella here?" And everything. "Oh, I'm sorry, he's not here today." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm eating the ice cream where it was made." But then he kept talking. He goes, "He's at the other location." I'm like, "There's another location?" So I'm like, "Well, looks like I'm gonna have me some more spaghetti ice." So
Right.
I got directions. It's only a couple block walk away.
That's
So
crazy.
I went there. I'm on the European outside cafes. I love that. I'm a
Oh, I
outside
know.
cafe, just sitting there drinking coffee, whatever, eating spaghetti ice, and so I ordered it. And this guy named Reno, uh, real short Italian guy. He's working at the restaurant at the ice cafe, the ice cream place. And I ordered spaghetti ice. I said, "Hey, is Hale Fontanella around?" He goes, "Oh, he's busy." I said, "Oh, well, don't bother him." He goes, busy. Sorry, no, busy. I said, "No, don't bother him. Please don't bother him. I just want some ice cream and everything." And he goes, "Why? Why you ask?" I said, "Well, I'm a YouTuber and I love spaghetti ice, and ever since I was a kid and everything." And I pulled out I got a YouTube card, right?
Oh, I love it.
I had my my profile picture on my card, and I said, yeah, see spaghetti ice, and he took it. He goes, yeah, busy. I'm sorry. I said, no problem. But he took off my card. I didn't think anything of it. It wasn't even 5 minutes. It was about 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes. I'm sitting there. I'm on the very last one, right on the curb. Okay, the last table there, and I see this guy come out. I didn't recognize who it was. Take off his apron and everything, and have this big old bowl of spaghetti ice. And I'm sitting there, man. Whoever's getting that, oh my goodness, I've never seen anything so big. That's a huge spaghetti. I want one of those. And everything. I was going to order another one, after that one. I'm like, I want that big one, and everything. And then he's starting walking towards me. I'm like, man, who's getting that? He's walking by all these people, and I'm sitting there, and he's right there in front of me, and I didn't recognize who it is yet. And I'm looking around. I'm like, I turned around. He goes, Billy. I'm like, hey, what's it? He goes, I made this for you. And he made my spaghetti ice for me and everything. And we only had a few minutes. We didn't have a long time. I said, can I get a picture and a short video? Because yeah. So we did that, and that was awesome, and it was cool. But now I go back and several times, and he hadn't been there, but I run into Reno, the waiter, and he's so funny. He remembers me. He goes, my name is in Germany with Dave.
Wait, that's awesome.
And he's been in several videos. But how I found the spaghetti ice was when I was there as a kid. Boy, sorry for the long story.
Oh, I love that.
Got to build it up.
Circle back.
I was there as a kid, and my dad. We all went to a spaghetti ice or to ice cafe, and all my friends. It was a bunch of us, right? And we had it was a Wednesday night. Like everybody from our church, we went there, and it was, and he kept it open for us, right, for all the Americans, because Americans come and eat ice cream. And all my friends getting ice cream and everything. Go, son, I want you to try some of that. I said, I don't want no spaghetti. I want some ice cream. So and so's got this. I said, no, I don't want none of that. And he goes, no, so I want you to try it. I said, Dad, I don't want that. I was like 8 years old.
You were like, no,
Dad, come on. Jeff's got all this. I don't want no spaghetti. I want some ice cream. I mean, he had me going, and I was like, man, what I got to eat this for? Because it looked like a plate of spaghetti.
That's so funny.
I took that first bite. I was like,
like, I'm never leaving.
Thanks, Dad. And that's where it was born.
Well, that's amazing.
You just mentioned that you like ice cream, right?
Oh yeah.
And chocolate? It was a chocolate?
Chocolate,
everything.
Yeah.
They even have chocolate spaghetti ice. So now let me ask you this. Do you ever have any plans to go into Germany, visiting Germany?
I would like to. Yeah. I don't have anything, planned per se, but yeah, I need to get to Germany. The only experience I have in Germany was when I was stuck in an airport in an layover when COVID hit. I was in Europe when COVID hit. Ooh. And I had to rush get home, and we had a flight cancellation. I was stuck in the Dusseldorf airport for 20 hours, or it was something crazy like that.
Wow. Now, where were you coming from?
We were coming from Hungary. It was my senior year of college spring break trip. And yeah, so we were coming from Hungary. We were supposed to the whole trip got crazy because of the whole coronavirus thing.
Yeah. Boy, I got some words for that.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. We weren't supposed to even be in Germany at all. And then we got there and we couldn't leave the airport because it was a layover, and with the whole COVID thing, they didn't know anything. So yeah, we just hung out in the airport in Dusseldorf for it was 20 hours or something, some crazy time. Yeah.
And being during COVID, you probably couldn't go out anywhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was wild. It was weird. But yes, I do. With all of that to say, I would love to actually visit Germany. And I know Berlin has a good club scene. There's a lot of music I'm really into in Berlin. But obviously there's plenty of other beautiful places to visit in Germany.
Absolutely. Now, what's your favorite type of music?
I'm kind of all over the place, but I know that in Berlin, there's a lot of techno and dark house, which I am into for sure. So
techno.
Yeah. You like techno?
I do. And of course, I love my rock. I love my techno.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm a huge Depeche Mode fan. I love
Depeche Mode.
And,
love that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw them 9 times. I need to get that 10th one in.
You got to.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's cool.
absolutely. Yeah, Germany. I love Germany. You'd be surprised how many people that I've met on the YouTube waves or whatever. They don't really think of Germany as a travel destination
Really?
until they get there,
Mm,
and it changes everything.
yeah.
It really does because people think, unfortunately, they think about all the bad stuff.
Mm,
You know, it's bad stuff. It
yeah.
happened. America's got bad stuff. It happened.
Obviously.
I'm not. I mean, I'm ashamed of the stuff that happened.
Mhm.
You know, but it's over. It's past. I had nothing to do with any of that stuff.
Right.
Same with the Germans. They have nothing to do with
Mhm.
this. It's in the
Yeah.
past. You know, everything's changed. You know,
Yeah.
and you got to look ahead. Quit looking
Yeah.
back. You got to look ahead. But
For
unfortunately,
sure.
people do. And one
Mhm.
of my favorite stories, I said this on another podcast recently. I've been doing the podcast series lately. I love it. I love this.
I know
And
it's cool. It
oh,
is cool. I was watching some of your other ones too, earlier this week. So
oh, thank you
it's,
so much.
yeah, it's
Uh,
cool.
Now, see, I love doing live streams too. But
Mhm.
when you have a guest and you're trying to take care of the chat
Mhm.
and concentrate on it, it's sort of,
It's a
you know,
lot for sure.
yeah. So I found this. I'm like, oh, I love that. I still do live streams. So I do. You
Mhm.
know, have fun. Hey, what's up? But I love this. You spend time. But one of my favorite things I like to share is a retired um, couple. He's retired Army as well as a retired school teacher, and she's a retired principal. And they
Oh,
go to France all the time. They go to Italy all the time. Same places. They all the time. But he ran across my videos because I always say, "Hey, I'll help you with that itinerary. I'll set you up," and I do it for free, by the way. And I get confused all the time. Are you a travel agent? No, I'm not. I just love Germany. I want to help people travel to Germany. I
there
do it.
you go.
I do. I charge a smile. I said, if you smile, I'll help you out.
Payments enough.
If you don't smile, okay, Google, hit Google. Don't mess with me.
That's funny.
But anyways, he contacted me and I said, well, let's schedule a video call. So we did a video call, and him and his wife sitting there and everything. Now she's been nice. She went rude or nothing. So she's like, he's all into it. I'm going to go to Germany. I've been watching your videos, everything. You make it so appealing. And he's been to Germany several times for like army stuff. Not
Mhm.
stationed there, but he was stationed in like Korea and Asia areas. And because I really want to go to Germany and check out the places that you've been going to. I said that's awesome. And she's like, well, I'm going because of him. I'm not interested in Germany. You know, we
Mhm.
go to France, we go to all this stuff. Germany's never been a high thing. Now she wasn't rude. She was very nice about it. She was, but
Mhm.
I'm going because of him. You know, and I'll go just to go. Well, I set up that itinerary, step by step, where to go,
Mhm.
where to stay, all that stuff. My phone would not stop dinging from the messages. This is great from her.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah. She's like, there, we found a new place. And I think in my last podcast, I think they're on their 7th trip back since then.
Amazing.
But I think it's their 9th trip back since then.
That's
I'm
crazy.
trying to think about. I think it was a 7th, but it's I need to go and correct that. But it's their 9th trip back since then. That was a 2021. That was a 21
Wow.
and
Oh my
everything.
gosh,
They
that's
can't get
awesome.
enough of Germany. And I
Yeah.
kept getting videos. Hey, look at us. We're here at the Neuschwanstein Castle. Oh, look,
That's
I like
so
this.
funny.
Oh, we're here in Munich. Oh, look at us and everything. And these are a retired couple, you know.
Yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
so they can't get enough of it. They
Yeah.
cannot get enough of it. So, oh, go
I
ahead.
was just going to ask, what is so obviously you love to share where you've traveled and stuff,
Yes.
your itineraries, but what would you say is like your top city or area in Germany if you had to pick one?
Wow. Okay. Oh man. Woo. Gee, all the whole map. I'm just
I know
kidding.
the whole map just lights
Right
up.
now, see, it depends on the region. Now, I love it all, but I'm honed into Garmisch Partenkirchen. Garmisch, you're right in the middle of the Alps. You're
Mm.
beautiful. You're surrounded by snow-capped mountains, even in the summertime. And
Oh,
they got this place called the Zugspitze. It's the highest peak in Germany. They call it the top of Germany because it's the highest peak in Germany. Garmisch is right on the border of Austria
oh,
and Germany. So you go up this mountain, and there's several ways to get up there. My favorite is take the Seilbahn, which is the gondola up and then take the train down. But anyways, you go up on this top, and you can see like 5 different countries from one spot.
That's
You don't see
amazing.
buildings or nothing, but you see the Alps. Like
Yes.
you're sitting here, you're in Germany, right?
And
You know,
you're like,
oh, there's the Austrian
the
Alps.
world.
Yeah, there's the Austrian Alps, and then you turn this way. Oh, the Swiss Alps are over here. Oh, there's Italy over there. There's Italian
So
Alps.
crazy.
There's a French Alps. I mean, and you just walk around like that, and it's really really cool. And on top of that, you could actually walk into Austria on top of the mountain. You're in Germany. You walk right in there. They got the panoramic view. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
beautiful. You're in your Alps. You see birds going by, and you're sitting in a restaurant, and
Oh,
it's just really neat. It's beautiful. And the Zugspitze, I mean, it is awesome. I got videos on that too.
yeah.
And and one time I was since I'm on the Zugspitze, I got recognized. I've been recognized several times. So it's kind
I
of fun.
love
I don't
that.
want to big head or anything or toot my own horn, but it's cool. I love
It
it.
is.
It's fun.
It's so cool.
Yeah, I'm me. I'm just Darren. I'm having fun, and I love meeting people. But it still made me feel good. This Indian couple came up to me. This real tall guy. He had to be like 6'8", 6'9". That's no exaggeration. And he goes,
Dang.
and he's Indian, and he says, "Hello, are you? My name is Dominic with there." I said,
That's
I said,
crazy.
yes, I am. Hi. And then he goes, oh, and then he called his wife over here, and she's short.
Oh
She's
my
probably
gosh.
like 5'4" and everything. And to come to find out, he goes, we watched your videos on Zugspitze, and we wanted to come. They've never been to Germany.
Crazy.
They're on their honeymoon.
Oh my
He is
gosh.
he is a doctor, and she just finished dental school. So
Oh
he's a doctor,
wow.
and
Good
she's a
for them.
dentist and
Yeah.
everything. Now they asked, they don't, I said, can I get a picture and everything stuff, and we saw my video. They didn't want to be pictured or video, which we got my own personal, but I promised them I would never do that. I mean but it was so cool that they watched one of my videos, and they actually we saw each other there. I mean,
Yes,
here
I
I'm
was
not.
gonna say that's like the coolest part, that it wasn't just, oh, you ran into each other like near where you live or something. It's like actually doing the thing that you do, is you're like being in Germany and being there. That's
And
so
the
cool.
video that they watched was on the Zugspitze, and here I am on the Zugspitze.
Yeah.
And he was laughing. He goes, "Do you live here?" I said, "No, I don't live here."
That
No.
is crazy. Like, what are the odds? The timing had to be perfect for like the whole world to end up there. That's so crazy.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's
And
awesome.
the cool thing about that, it could be July, and it'll be snowing up there, or snow up on the mountains. But I love going down. There's a lake called the Eibsee Lake, and where I love to swim.
Mm.
It's a crystal clear lake, and
Oh,
you swim, and as you're swimming, you see the reflection of the mountains
oh, that's amazing.
as you're
But it's
swimming.
cold, right? A cold lake?
It's cold when you first get in there, but I'm from Florida. Obviously, go Gators. I like swimming in the springs here. They're
Mhm.
72 degrees year round. Now it's a lot colder than 72 degrees, but I acclimate to it.
Right.
And it's one of my favorite lakes to go into. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, I got a bad back. I broke my back in Germany. In fact,
Mhm.
all my broken bones came from Germany. My back and my
I
leg.
actually heard that when I was watching one of your videos. That's
Yeah,
insane.
it's crazy,
I'm
isn't
glad
it?
you're okay.
And people say, you keep going back. I'm like, you better believe it. I don't want to break another bone, but man, I'll keep going back. But
Yeah.
that water helps my back. So I'm out
Oh,
there. I'm like,
wow.
oh, this feels good, So,
Yeah.
but but not only that, all that. Okay, I love nature. I love
Mhm.
being out in nature and stuff like that. The trails, the hiking trails,
Mhm.
uh, but also the town of Garmisch, Garmisch Partenkirchen, which is actually Hitler split the town during the Olympics, 34 Olympics and
Oh.
everything. And then they split the town. So you got the Garmisch side and the Parkenkirchen side, but it's all together. They hyphenate
Mhm.
it. And
Oh,
it's like walking back in like a fairy tale land. You're like,
really?
am I walking in a book?
That's
Am I in a
cool.
book, or is this really a house? You got murals everywhere, and they keep up with their stuff. Everything's clean. Uh,
Mhm.
it's just beautiful. But Garmisch, to answer that question, it would be Garmisch. Now, but
That's
I
amazing.
love all these places I go to in city life. Like Munich. You will love Munich. They
Okay.
got the English Garden there. You got the University of Munich right there. They just call it the university, Universitat. You got
Nice.
this
Good accent.
big park there. The ITINERARY, you can jump. There's so much stuff to do in Munich. I mean, let alone the history, but it's a city. You got the U-Bahn trains. You got all the train system. I mean, it's just Germany's easy to get around public transportation. I mean, it's just spot on
That's
easy.
awesome.
Same with
Hopefully
Berlin.
study that, yeah.
Oh yeah, and Berlin would definitely be a place I would recommend you to go. But based on what we talked about. Now, what places would you want to go? But you already mentioned Berlin. Were there any other places that you know of you would go?
Yeah, I mean, I have heard Munich is a place that I would love. Also, it's one of the bigger cities, right? Isn't it like
Yeah.
the second biggest or something? I don't know.
I think it's next to. I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to misspeak. I
That's
would
okay.
say
I'm not quizzing you.
it's a big city. Same with Berlin, but I don't know. I don't remember. I remember reading it, but I hate that when people pull stuff out of their head
No,
and
you're
say,
like,
"Yeah, that's it." No, I'm not that guy. If I don't know, I'll say, "You know what? I don't know."
I don't know, and that's okay. But truthfully, all of Germany, like the countrysides, the mountains, I really am open to wherever, to seeing it all. The thing that is, I think, can be tough is like once you fly into one of the bigger cities, you need to be able to get somewhere. But if you said there's like the trains and planes and automobiles that can help me get to where I want to go, then I mean, really, the sky's
It's
the limit.
easy. And when you ever do decide, feel free to contact me because
Totally.
I will set you up.
I know to call you.
Absolutely, I will set you up with an itinerary that you'll never forget. I mean, I love doing this stuff. I love it, and I would never tell you about a place unless I've been there, or if I say, you know what, I haven't been there, I will say, hey, tell me about what your experience is, so I'll finally get there. But what I try to say, I try to be accurate. I'm as accurate as possible,
Right.
Because I want them to have the best experience. But flying into Frankfurt, you can fly right into Berlin, Tegel Airport if you want to, Frankfurt or Munich. There's other airports too, Dusseldorf too, as you know. But sometimes find good deals in Dusseldorf. But mainly for me, Frankfurt, they offer the best deals. But every once in a while, they throw a bone out for Munich or even Berlin. Just like anything else, you just got to check, the time and stuff like that.
Do you typically fly the same airline every time?
I used to be a airline mile junkie.
Okay.
But they changed a lot of stuff.
There's been a lot of changes. Yeah.
Yeah. So I try to be loyal. I'm a Delta guy. I try to be. But you know what? It's 2025, and whatever give me the best deal. I just got to go with that.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah. So I fly all kinds of airlines. We're flying American on our next trip to Germany.
When is that?
That's coming up this summer.
The summer. Okay, soon. It's pretty soon.
Yes. I can't wait. I cannot.
That's the whole family, right?
Yes,
everyone's
the whole
going.
family.
Nice.
And then we're having my friend and her daughter, the one that wants to go to the university in Strasbourg, and all that. So that's gonna be really neat. So that would be cool. Get get your friends together and have a Germany trip. Oh my goodness. There's a disclaimer with that, and that disclaimer is just like basically what I was saying with that couple. Once you go, you're toast.
Right.
You'll like
spaghetti ice.
Exactly. And once you get that one, you're just toast. And it's kind of fun. I keep going back to Germany. I enjoy Germany. Now I go to other countries too. Like the Netherlands and Belgium and France and stuff like that. But it's like I enjoy it. I really do, and have a great time. But I feel, I guess the word how to describe it, at home in Germany.
Your heart is in Germany for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Ren, what is your now? You already have you have a lot of videos.
I do. I've been trying to stay consistent. Uploading as much as possible.
I gotta put my glasses on real quick. Yeah, 503 videos. Do you realize that?
Well, that includes shorts. That number includes shorts. So
And
yes,
you're over 2,000 subscribers now.
yes, I just hit it the other day. It
I
was
just hit 3,000 not too long ago.
I know. I noticed that too when I was stalking your channel a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
We've been stalking each other. Oh
I
my
know.
goodness.
Would you look at that? Oh, that's so funny.
That's right. But you got a lot of videos here. I mean, tons.
Mhm.
I can't wait to get into more. Now I did
Yeah,
watch that test run vlog
mm.
from 8 years ago.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Example of not good videos. Not
But
good. Quality's bad,
but fun, right?
but fun.
You have fun doing it, right?
Sure,
Right.
sure.
Let me see. There's a whole lot of stuff I
Mhm,
can't wait to see. And
mhm.
and folks out there listening right now, I'm telling you, meeting Ren and oh, I didn't ask that question yet. Hold on a second.
Mm,
Well,
mhm.
I know the answer, but we got to tell our subscribers that.
Yeah.
Guys, check out Ren, Livin Large, LCruu, Livin Large with LCruu, not the crew, but LCruu. And am I saying that right? LCruu?
It's funny because people say it different
LCruu.
ways. I typically say LCruu,
LCruu. Okay.
but my sister and like a bunch of my close friends say LaCrue, just like it's whatever works.
Livin Large with LCruu.
LaCrue. Exactly. It goes both ways. It could be
There you
everything.
go. So make sure you check out Ren. Now, speaking of that, I meant to ask you this earlier.
Mhm,
Now, how did you come up with? Now, again, I know the answer, but let's
mhm.
tell everybody else. How did you come up with Ren?
Yeah. So my birth name is Lauren. And people are always like, yeah, how did you end up with Ren? So in high school, people like my nickname in high school was LCruu. My last name is Crudelli. And so
Oh,
yes, LCruu is like the basis of that.
okay.
It just, I don't know, it kind of morphed into that because my Instagram handle, which still is to this day, LCruu. But I at the time Instagram was even new, like when we were in high school, all of that. So then how do we get to Ren? Yes. So Lauren is my name so I was then LCruu. In college, I don't even know if I talk about this in the other video. I don't remember, but I actually started. I was really into mermaids, and I still am. Like love mermaids, love the idea of them. And my friends in college, uh, like a siren is a mermaid, and my friends in college, I had all this mermaid stuff. I had mugs. I had just like all my decor was like very oceanic, like
I'm
mermaid
a
kind of.
little mermaid.
Exactly, love it. Which I got to see the Little Mermaid statue in Copenhagen. If you saw
No
that before.
way.
Yeah. But anyway, so they were
Oh,
like, you're like a siren, Lauren, siren. And that's kind of where Ren originally came from. And it just stuck. And yeah, and I love it. I feel like it like fits me. I feel like it just fits my vibe, my energy a little bit. And so it just kind of stuck. And also it's the second half of Lauren. A lot of people will say like, oh, we'll call you Lo or Lore or Laura. And I'm like, why not Ren? Lauren, it works for me. I
awesome.
love it. And I actually I don't even think I mentioned this earlier, but my other job that I, can't take on the road with me, but I'm also a bartender. I work in restaurants. So when we travel around, I
God
always
bless
try and find a new bartending gig. So I always, when people ask me at work, like that, like, oh, is Ren short for something? I always tell them it's short for Renegade because it's funny. It works.
That
It
is.
the energy of the vibe of a
Yeah.
bar. So yeah.
It goes in together.
Yeah. So it's all these little things that all thrown together to be, this is my name. This is who I am. It's kind of funny, kind of a long story, but funny, fun.
Oh,
It's all
that's
about
right.
fun over here. So I
Oh,
think it's a fun
absolutely.
name, fun story. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you were overseas, when you're in Denmark and Copenhagen, all those places,
Mhm.
when you went to a restaurant and being a bartender, what did you notice difference about the tipping?
Oh yeah. It's not really, well, I feel like some things are shifting a little bit in Europe. And I think I've noticed it more in Ireland than I did in like mainland Europe, I guess. Um, but yeah, you pay the price that you see on the menu. They get paid wages that are like livable,
Yes.
maybe even if they're like the more minimum wages, but they still get paid like an hourly rate that's they can live off of. And so because of that, you don't really tip. And that it's such a different culture. So that's what I feel like even restaurant culture is different kind of because of that.
Yes.
And I definitely see like some people leave like a couple extra, like in Denmark, it was the krone, like a couple of the coins, if they have change, but it's like almost, I was told that it's almost like an insult if you are like trying to give them extra money. It's like, no, this is my job. I get paid by the restaurant and that's my income, which is so different here.
It is
It's crazy.
absolutely, and funny you said that because that is true. I
Mhm.
tipped a guy. He did a great job.
Mhm.
So I literally he gave me some change. I had 11 euros. Use
Mhm.
euros. He gave me the change back.
Mhm.
I said, keep the change. And he's like, no, I cannot do this. I said, and he got serious.
Yeah.
He goes, this is my job. This is what I do. I said, no, but I
Mhm.
appreciate you. You
Mhm.
know, and he got taken back. He goes,
Yeah.
no, I cannot take it. And he gave me back, and I was like, oh, what did I do?
Yeah.
I was trying to help the guy. You know,
Yes. It's interesting too, I think, because having worked in a few different types of restaurants and bars and places, like I feel like in Europe where tipping is not a thing, it's not standard. I think it's the expectation is that you're always going to get good service.
yeah,
Yet here, I think, and this is just my idea from seeing it and working in it, I think here it's like almost more like you can kind of slack off and then someone will not tip you as well because you didn't do as good of a job. But I think that almost the tipping culture, because of the tipping culture, maybe that people find it okay to like not give great service. Like it's not the expectation that you will always get great service, which is
right,
unfortunate because it still is our job and you should always give your best service possible. But I
right.
think because of it being kind of a more like, service based, like you're paying like, I don't know. I think it kind of changes the whole culture of the restaurant a little bit. And that's why at
Exactly.
higher end restaurants you get better service because you are expecting to, like they're expecting a higher tip, you're expecting to, you're paying for that. But it is a little bit of a weird or
It's
just
different,
different
isn't it? It's
culture.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now in Germany, because like same thing, they have a livable wage. I mean, they make good
Mhm.
money. They make some make 80 grand.
They make good money. I was doing some math when we were there, when we were traveling. I was
Yeah,
like, wow, I could do this here.
heck yeah. But I
Mhm.
always try. Now, it used to be where the no tipping at all.
Mhm.
No tips. But you, as an American, as a human being,
Mhm.
I want to leave something. But
Mhm.
usually, if you round it up to the next, tenth,
Mhm.
or whatever, do rounding up,
Mhm.
they're happy as pie.
Mhm.
So you wouldn't necessarily tip like 10% or 20%.
Mhm.
You know, but like, but if you do like whatever,
Mhm.
they're just like ecstatic. you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
especially, I take care of my servers,
Totally.
and because it's important because especially over here,
Mhm.
it's they're working for the tips and
Yeah.
whatnot. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I get that. I also, like I said, I noticed it a little bit in Ireland of just like you'd pay the bill and it would offer like, oh, if you want to add an additional gratuity. And typically, I mean, we did also because it's our culture and we feel like it's weird if you don't almost.
yeah,
And so we were
I
always
know.
making
Yeah,
sure, we take care of them and add a couple extra bucks. Like it's not really a problem. So yeah. But one big difference culturally between, Europe and here.
that's right. And that video, 24 hours in Dublin,
Mhm.
it's funny because last June I spent 21 hours in
Oh,
Dublin,
I love it.
and I couldn't find a place to eat.
Mm,
We ended up at McDonald's.
really?
Uh, yeah, I mean, it was the timing. We got there like pretty early. It
Mhm.
was my son and I, and we did it on purpose because I'd never been to Ireland.
Right.
And I had two back-to-back groups in June. I spent 31 days in Germany last year.
Wow, good for you.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, it was like I do this all the time. I play with my wife and everything. I get on the phone. I do it as a habit. I'm like, I'm in Germany and I'm never coming back. but, but
Every
but
time.
but I'll send you a ticket. You know,
Right. There you
but
go. Send us a
right, but we it was a cheaper flight if you spend 20 hours. I'm like, well, I've never been to Dublin, and my son's
yeah.
like, he's all on it. He'll be 15 this year. And but anyways, he's like, yeah. So we spent, all day walking around, and we couldn't find a place open to eat. It's like, what in the
Really?
world? Of course, we saw, all the famous places, walked
Sure.
around, stuff like that. And then we spent the night at the airport. And
Oh yeah.
oh, that was the Burger King, the Burger King at Dublin Airport. That's
Those,
where we,
yep. The airport, sometimes the craziest adventures you have are like inside of the airport. You're like, I had to sleep at a burger, you know what I mean? Like just funny
right.
stuff like that.
And I think that was my last time I'm going to do that. I say that, you say stuff all the time, but that got me. I was the next time. I don't care if it's a 4 hour late. Well, 4 hour I could deal with, but if it's 9+ hours,
Mhm.
I'm going to just get a hotel and just be
Yeah,
done with it.
it's worth it. You get to rest and relax and actually wake up feeling rejuvenated. You're not trying
Yeah,
to, yeah, it's
yeah. Because a long time ago, I'm like, yeah, Dick, let's go. Now it's like,
mhm.
man, this is. My son's like, oh, this is great. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
thanks. This hard
Oh yeah.
bench, whatever. Oh my goodness. Couple more questions.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your aspirations for your channel from this point
Mm.
forward?
Oh, that's a good question. So I feel like I've officially hit like, some of the milestones. I got my monetization and I got like I just hit
Congratulations.
2,000 subscribers. Like, woo, thank you.
That's you're
Um,
and if I didn't say this, I know I said it, but I'm gonna say it again. I love your vlog style. That's
oh,
what I'm
thank you.
saying. Because if you and I were vlogging together, it'd be like,
Oh, it'd be fun.
what's up? Hey, let's go
Just
there.
the excitement, just yes.
You're right.
Yes, for sure.
You get stuff like this, and they're like, no, you gotta have fun. What are you doing?
Yeah. Make it fun. Make it fun. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, keeping the viewers engaged. It's like I think that's part of it too. It's like a little chaotic sometimes, but like in a good
Sure.
way. But as for aspirations, I feel like I really just want to hit the right audience. And I feel like it's the best way to do that is through like, good titles and thumbnails. But like I want to reach an audience that like actually feels that they are connected to the content, that they are encouraged to like, open their mind, go out of their comfort zone, travel somewhere new, all that stuff. So in like, I think it can be difficult to like find the specific people, but that is really the aspiration right now is to find the audience that feels connected and wants to engage with the
Right.
content that I make. And
Absolutely.
I think it just happens naturally over time. It's, you're drawn to whatever you're drawn to. I think that happens sort of naturally. But in order to do that, I just have to keep pushing out the videos. So I'm working on that
Exactly.
right now, staying consistent. I'm trying to upload every week, if not twice a week.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes it's a challenge. It's a
Mhm.
challenge because I try to do videos every week. I just
Mhm.
recorded one yesterday for tomorrow, and
Mhm.
that's coming out tomorrow. Today's Friday, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
tomorrow evening. Oh, wow! Let me tell you about this. You'll
Yeah.
like this, I think. Okay. I could probably tell you afterwards, but I'm gonna tell you now.
Tell
So
me now.
everybody will know.
Everyone will know.
We,
Hype
we
it
have
up.
this. All right, we have this thing called the Saturday Spotlight. Okay,
Mhm.
where my friend Sherry, she has a YouTube channel. She's out of Missouri.
Mm.
It's called Sherry Awesome Sunset Travels, and we put together a bunch of YouTubers in a playlist.
Mm.
And so you would submit your video, right? And you'll be assigned a time, and on
Cool.
that playlist will go one right after the other. So you got a bunch of people supporting everybody.
Oh, I love that.
That's leaving comments and stuff like that, and it's a playlist. And we start out with a live stream, and Sherry does a wonderful job with that. 7 o'clock at Eastern Standard Time,
Yeah.
um, and she's PM,
Mhm.
and she spends about an hour, sometimes a half hour, but most times it's an hour from 7 to 8, going through the list on the playlist of the different creators and
Oh,
whatnot,
cool.
and then the times that come on, and then at the end of that, it goes into the first playlist, and then my video, your video, just videos, and so forth, on and on and on
Mhm.
till the end, and
Yeah.
it's called the Saturday Creator Spotlight.
I love
So
that.
we would love to have you on that. Some maybe
Where do I apply? Yeah, totally. I would love
yeah.
that. That's so
Oh man.
cool.
Oh, that's great. What I'll do, I'll add you. Are you're on Facebook, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, I need to find you on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then I'll send you some stuff here. And speaking of sending people everywhere, guys, down here below in the description, right down there, Livin Large with Crew, L
LCruu.
Crew, Crew.
LCruu, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have your YouTube link down there below. So very easy. Whoever's listening, just click that and make sure to subscribe to my friend Ren. Make sure you do that. And I got one more question. I keep saying one more question. I got like 80 million questions. This is yours today. I got this one and this one full of Ren questions. But we got to do this again.
Okay, yeah, I'm in.
One more question. What is your next adventure? What are your next
This summer gets crazy, and I mean, it already like started getting crazy as soon as we like went to Denmark, pretty much. So what is today? Oh my.
30th.
What's next? Okay, the next thing probably is going to be Warped Tour, which is like have you ever heard of Warped Tour? It's like a rock music event.
Yeah.
It went for like 20 years, but it ended in like 2019 or something like that. And this year they're reviving it in 3 cities. One of them is Washington, D.C.
Really?
So it's a 2-day event next 2 weekends from now. And so I'll be capturing like that whole thing. It's a lot of like rock and pop punk bands that I'm really into.
Yeah.
I'll be capturing that whole thing. It's like I said, 2-day music event. A lot of my channel is also, music festivals and things.
Right.
Which
I love that.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll be doing that, but then it just keeps going. Like a lot of other music festivals this summer. I'm actually teaching a dance class at a music festival this summer, so I'll probably do a video like that.
Check that out.
Yeah, and then like a Vegas vlog at the end of August. We're doing that. So there's a lot coming up pretty soon. So
that's
get excited, everyone. There's a lot coming for the channel.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Oh my goodness. And speaking of that, like rock festivals, like have you ever heard of Monsters of Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, they came to Germany when I was there. Kiss, AC/DC, all these other bands, and I was like, what in the world? And of course, Depeche Mode came later in Swire. I actually met David Gahan.
Oh my gosh.
The lead singer. Actually rubbed elbows, literally bumped into his elbow.
That's
and
crazy.
I was skimming, and I turned around, and it was him. I didn't know. He goes, "Oh, no problem, mate." I'm like, "Hey, what's up?"
That's crazy.
But they were down to earth. They wasn't all stuck up. They were, "Hey, no problem, mate," and everything.
Yeah.
And now this is way back, and but this is before Personal Jesus, right before it actually, and that song Personal Jesus. And but they were going out in the crowd. It was it was a free concert, and they were just talking to everybody. And it goes, "Oh, we got to go back on the next. We got to play again, whatever." But that was awesome. And then of course Germany has all these. Germany has a lot of music festivals, by the way.
Yeah, I watched one of your videos. That's so cool, and that's why another reason I'm like I do need to get to Germany and just check out all of it.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, Ren, I could keep you on here for hours, but
I know.
to be respectful of your time here. Thank you so much for being here. Would you like to anything you want to close out with before we leave?
Just everyone, obviously subscribe and all that, but keep exploring. The world is very big. Whether it's Germany or down the street, a new restaurant you've never tried, just push yourself a little bit today to experience the world. And thank you for being here. Thanks for watching and hanging out with us today.
I love this. I love it. You are cool, Ren. You're. I looked up the word "cool" and your picture popped up.
It just popped right up. I know.
How about that?
You tell me that all the time.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lynn. And again, I hope everybody comes to see you and say hello to you. But now I always ask somebody at the end to help me out here and saying goodbye. Now, in my videos, I say Tschüss. Now, it's not Tschüss. We get animated. Would you help me with that?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So we're good. Tschüss. Let's practice. 1, 2, 3. Tschüss. All right. You're next. So here we go. I'm going to count to 3. Okay. Ready? And we'll say Tschüss animated. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Woo!
You are in Ren. Ooh, you are in Ren. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Ren.
you for having me.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.